Boa tarde, galera. Espero que todo mundo aí estejam bem, estejam aí em casa, super animados para essa primeira mock class de engenharia aqui com o professor Carl. Imagino que a maioria aqui hoje temos 40 alunos já inscritos e vocês vão receber um certificado de presença dessa aula, então vocês podem ficar tranquilos que vocês vão receber um link depois para vocês entrarem na plataforma e baixarem esse certificado. Lembrando que vai ser muito importante isso para o portfólio de vocês, galera. Não percam também, ainda temos vagas para as próximas mocks. Então, a próxima que vai ser de robótica vai ser na quarta, ainda tem vagas. E, galera, vão preenchendo aí para não perder essa oportunidade, que é uma grande oportunidade de estar com esse professor ilustre aí da Liverpool Hope University, tá? Eu espero que vocês aproveitem, ele é um professor muito bacana. Ele pediu para deixar os microfones desligados, ele falou que essa apresentação ele vai apresentar um pouquinho sobre o que é um engenheiro, como que pode se tornar um engenheiro, e depois ele vai abrir porque ele vai fazer uns trabalhos com vocês. E aí é nessa hora que vocês vão abrir o microfone, tá legal? Então deixa a câmera, o microfone desligado, e aí quando ele acabar, aí vocês podem ligar. Se caso vocês tiverem alguma dúvida em relação ao inglês ou alguma coisa do tipo, pode tanto escrever para mim, Diego Porta, ou vocês podem escrever para a Camila, que é o Study Group Latam, que nós vamos dar todo o suporte para vocês, tá bom? Eu espero que vocês se divirtam e vejo vocês nas próximas mock class. Thank you very much, Professor. Thank you for joining us today.
Hello everybody, and I'll just introduce myself very quickly. My name is Carl Myers, and I'm the Engineering Project Tutor for Study Group's network of international study centres in the UK. My academic and professional background is in the fields of civil, electrical, mechanical, electronic and robotics engineering, and also computer science. I take it you are all here today because you've either made the decision or you're seriously thinking about studying engineering in the UK. I can assure you, you are all making the right choice. It's such an exciting time to be an engineer due to the vast amount and speed of advances in technology and computing power. The impossible is now becoming possible, and I truly envy each and every one of you being in this position at this time. So, over the next 30-40 minutes or so, I'm going to introduce you to the exciting and dynamic world of engineering. I will explain the main reasons why I became an engineer, and I will give you a brief overview of some of the possible routes you may follow within engineering. So let me begin, and let me kick off with a question. Why choose to study engineering as a discipline? I personally cannot answer that question for any of you. We all have our own reasons for choosing engineering as a career. But as I say, I can give you the reasons why I became an engineer. Okay, so let's begin. Engineering is one of the top paid professions. This may not be your main reason, and it certainly wasn't mine. However, the main reason for working is to earn money to live. Starting salaries for engineers are amongst the highest for any university degree. In fact, the typical everything we use on a daily basis, an engineer has been involved in its production. And that is why engineers of all disciplines are in high demand, with nearly all countries showing a skills shortage in all disciplines. So what do I mean by skills shortage? Basically, there are not enough engineers for the jobs available. Me personally, I get at least 3 job offers per week. This is even more apparent with females in engineering. There are nowhere near enough female engineers, and due to this, females are even more sought after. This means you have an excellent chance of finding a job in engineering right out of university, and in some cases, even before you leave university. And this is the main reason why engineers enjoy one of the lowest unemployment rates of any profession. Okay. Engineering opens the doors for professional advancements. What does this mean? Many of the skills that engineers hone and use open doors to professional advancements, meaning engineers climb the professional ladder very, very quickly. And that doesn't mean just in engineering roles. This is across all industries. This is because of the way engineers are taught to think. We are taught to analyze problems. We are team players, therefore we have excellent communication skills. We have the ability to manage others, and we meet deadlines. And these are all skills that are hugely desirable. Again, not just for engineering roles, but across all industries. Engineering is an excellent starting point if you're unsure about what path to take. If you are good at science and maths, but aren't sure what you want to do with your life, engineering is a safe starting point. It's easier to switch from a rigorous degree, such as any engineering discipline, um, to an easy one. Plus, many of the courses required for engineering are transferable to other disciplines. As engineers don't just study science and maths, they learn about economics, business, ethics, and communication. And many of these skills that engineers master naturally prepare them for other types of business. Engineers are happy. I know I am. We've reported high degree of job satisfaction. So why do you think that is? In fact, it's due to a combination of factors: flexible schedules, travel opportunities, good benefits, job security, working as part of a team, and also possibly you may be involved in a project that produces something that will be around for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Think of the pyramids. Engineers, more specifically, civil engineers built them. Engineers make a difference. As previously mentioned, we address real world problems. We fix things that are broken. We improve on existing products, and we come up with new inventions, thus helping the world move towards a brighter future. But first and foremost for me, engineers help people. This may be giving people living with disabilities the opportunity to live the best life they can, or giving people clean water to drink. We literally do it all. Okay, so what can you study within engineering? It's a huge field. As I say, engineering as a whole is absolutely huge in terms of possible routes. The field is divided into various disciplines and sub-disciplines within them. The disciplines can be divided into four main categories: chemical, civil, electrical, and mechanical engineering. And studying any of these main disciplines will provide you with a taste of the various skills and knowledge required to work in any sub-discipline related to it. However, if you know what route you would like to take within the main discipline, for example, automotive engineering, which is a branch or sub-discipline of mechanical engineering, think about choosing to specialize early on and choose a degree that suits your desired path. Over the next few slides, I will introduce you to three of the main disciplines, them being electrical, mechanical, and civil engineering. And I will introduce you to some, but certainly not all, of the possible career paths you can follow with a degree in these engineering disciplines. Okay, so the first being electrical engineering. So what is electrical engineering? Electrical engineering can trace its way all the way back to the 17th century. We never actually put it to any real use back then. But an interesting but useless fact: if you've ever heard of an electrical engineer being referred to as an electrician, this comes from the 17th century, where they used demonstrated static electricity and were thought of as magicians, hence electrician. Electrical engineers advanced the fields of electricity and electromagnetism, developing such things as power transfer systems and designing motors, amongst many, many others. Electrical engineers are integral to modern society, as virtually everything we use needs electricity to work, from equipment for basic living needs, as well as communication, entertainment, and in business. So what routes could you follow with a degree in electrical engineering? The first being control systems engineering. Control systems engineering is a branch of electrical engineering which deals with the principles of control theory to design a system which yields the desired behavior in a controlled manner. Although controlled engineering is often taught with electrical engineering at university, it is an entirely interdisciplinary topic, as engineers are required to analyze, design, and optimize complex systems, such as manufacturing production lines, which consist of highly integrated coordination of mechanical, electrical, chemical, metallurgical, electronic, or pneumatic elements. Therefore, control systems engineers deal with a diverse range of dynamic systems, including but not limited to human and technological interfacing, such as graphical user interfaces or GUIs, and human machine interfaces or HMIs. The next being electronic engineering, which is one of my disciplines. Electronic engineering is a branch of electrical engineering again, associated with electronic circuits, devices, and the equipment and systems that use them. Nearly everything we use has electronic components, from smartphones, televisions, and even toasters. The world of electronics is a massively expanding market, thus offering electronic engineers the opportunity to produce new innovations and developments in telecommunications, robotics, computing hardware, and electrical equipment. Just like any other engineering discipline, electronic engineering offers many fields in which you can specialize, such as audio, visual, and light electronic equipment, control systems and automation, microelectronics and telecommunications, amongst many, many others. Due to the wide range of specializations and with the significant increase in demand for electronic equipment, there is again a shortage of electronics engineers around the world, which is likely to continue for some time to come. Power engineering. Power engineering is focused on the design of large-scale systems for generation, transition, and distribution of electricity. Electrical power is an energy source created from electrical charge, generated in, for example, hydroelectric and nuclear power plants. As a power engineer, you will focus on these large-scale applications involving extremely high currents and voltage. Again, due to nearly everything we use needing electricity, the process of generating, transmitting, and distributing large amounts of power is a necessity for modern society. However, it is a hugely difficult task. And so, power engineers provide solutions to these difficulties. Just like all the other engineering disciplines, power engineering is a massively diverse field. And as a power engineer, you could work on generating the power that enters the electricity grid. You may design transformers for distribution systems or motors that utilize or modify the power. The next, mechanical engineering. So what is mechanical engineering? Mechanical engineering is again a hugely broad discipline. Sorry, something's gone wrong there. That deals with the development of new machines and mechanisms. Sorry. Do apologize, something's gone wrong. And the modification of mechanical components, machines, and systems. Machines are a combination of such components, and they to perform an action or actions such as manufacturing production lines or car engines, for examples. Mechanical engineering is focused in the principles of physics and maths and how they apply to designing and the development of the mechanical systems, fluid dynamics and heat transfer, amongst many others. As a mechanical engineer, you will play an integral part in the design and implementation of these systems, and also the maintaining of these systems. Sorry about that. So what routes can you follow with a degree in mechanical engineering? Manufacturing engineering is focused on the design and optimization of small and large scale manufacturing processes. The goods produced by the manufacturing industry include all consumer items and industrial components, from the food that we eat, the chairs we sit on, to the laptops, to laptops, TVs. The list is truly endless. And this means, as a manufacturing engineer can enjoy a hugely varied and diverse and fulfilling career. As a manufacturing engineer, you will focus on the development, optimization, and maintenance of large and small scale manufacturing. You'll be integral to the manufacturing process and will be responsible for all the machines and even robots involved in the manufacturing process. Typically, the role of a manufacturing engineer is managing or supervising both the production process and the maintaining of the equipment. However, a manufacturing engineer will also be involved in quality control, as this is a major indicator to a fault in production line accuracy. The manufacturing engineer will also be responsible for the production of standard operating procedures, or SOPs, for instruction manuals or operatives to follow. Automotive engineering. As the name suggests, automotive engineering is solely dedicated to the vehicle manufacturing industry. Due to the focus on environmental and safety concerns, automotive engineers must produce vehicles that are safe, have the least impact on the environment, but this must be coupled with keeping the costs down to a minimum, as to ensure that they are economical and affordable to buy. Automotive engineers are taught the skills and expertise to ensure that this is possible, and to consider the future direction or trends of the automotive industry, which are changing rapidly in today's climate. With this training and skills, automotive engineers are able to design components, manage the vehicle production process, or be involved in the testing process. Surprisingly, automotive engineers, specifically those with advanced driving skills, are also commonly used to test drive new vehicles designs for research and development purposes, and to ensure the vehicle functions as it should. The reason for this is, as an automotive engineer, they have deep understanding of every element or component, and therefore are in the best position to identify even the smallest fault which an unskilled driver would miss, and can give input on how the fault can be fixed. Aerospace engineering. Aerospace engineering advances the technology and designs of aircraft and space vehicles alike. Aerospace engineering includes all developments within and outside of the Earth's atmosphere. And this is the main difference to a nautical engineer, whose main focus is the design, development, and maintaining of both civil and military aircraft. Aerospace engineering is, again, a hugely varied and diverse discipline, where aerospace engineers can specialize in design and development of a number of vehicles, including but certainly not limited to rockets, missiles, space stations, and even, yes, airplanes. The design and simulation of these advanced vehicles and systems is an essential part of the process, and is a common application in aerospace engineering. The engineer does not want the vehicle, components, or system to fail while it's orbiting 5 miles up. Due to this, graduates in this discipline are extensively trained to use numerous software packages to facilitate in-depth simulation. Civil engineering. Civil engineering is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, of all disciplines. Again, think of the pyramids, the Colosseum in Rome, and the roads that the Romans built, which we still use today. As a civil engineer, you will focus on the improvements of civil society. For example, building new roads to connect remote villages, building new hospitals, railways, and bridges. The list of what civil engineers do is truly endless. Essentially, civil engineers are focused on meeting basic human needs and assisting people in their daily lives. To do this, they need to understand the environment, and how they can use it safely and intelligently to improve the population's quality of life, thus ensuring all structures uh, and utilities they implement are safe, economical, and environmentally sound. As a civil engineer, you will be taught the skills that are focused on understanding the environment and natural elements, coupled with expertise in construction techniques and design skills, allows civil engineers to work on massive skyscrapers, such as the huge civil engineering projects in Dubai. So what routes can you follow with a degree in civil engineering? Highway engineering, which is a specialized field within the discipline of transport engineering, with highways being a major feature of any industrialized country, and moreover, their economies depend on them for transporting goods and enabling key workers to commute to work. Highway engineers consider all aspects related to the design of the roads themselves, as well as how pedestrians are managed. Highway engineers study traffic volumes and patterns to determine the best strategies to minimize traffic, prevent collisions, and also limit damage to the road structures caused by the passage of vehicles. Interestingly, there's been a rapid rise of integrated electronic and automated systems in recent years, and highway engineering has expanded to include a new area of focus for this discipline on the implementation of use of intelligent transport systems. In other words, smart motorways that will eventually revolutionize the way we travel day to day. Another area of interest has been the use of IoT, or Internet of Things devices, to measure the health of bridges, for example. For example, real-time traffic tracking of traffic volumes and measuring vibration frequencies. Environmental engineering is huge at this time, and this trend is set to continue excuse me, set to continue to be in the future, and quite rightly so. Environmental engineering is dedicated to the creation of strategies to protect and improve the environment, with the main focus being on maintaining water, air, and land quality, with a huge emphasis being placed on sustainable practice methods and results. They create case studies and then create plans to prevent natural disasters such as flooding or drought and pollution. Most of their work is completed in an office with a big emphasis on data analysis and statistics. Unlike other civil engineering disciplines, environmental engineers rarely use design and simulation software, but instead rely on data, statistics, and ethics to guide them. Due to the complex environmental laws that govern their every move, graduates of this discipline tend to have a better understanding of ethics and social problems than other civil engineering disciplines. Environment engineers are hugely in demand for government projects and by parks departments to implement strategies to deal with pollution, waste management, and noise levels, amongst many, many others. Some private companies are also utilizing the expertise of environmental engineers if their activities have a potential adverse effect on the natural environment. Consultancy is another possibility, with many research positions opening up across universities and private companies as they ramp up their efforts to combat climate change. Environmental engineers implement the strategies to deal with pollution. Well, I've already explained this. They use these skills to implement strategies to deal with these problems such as pollution, waste management, and noise levels. Structural engineering, this is one of my main disciplines. Structural engineering focuses on the design of structures that are required to withstand loads such as bridges, and environmental elements such as skyscrapers and how they react to wind. These structures can be categorized into houses, buildings, bridges, and even monuments. All of these structures are composed of a number of components arranged to use the fewest amount of material possible and to produce the most stable construction. Collaboration with architects is an essential on most projects, as structural engineers are involved in architects provide the external design and aesthetic appeal, while the structural engineers design the internal skeleton and foundations to ensure the building functions correctly and, more importantly, does not collapse. Structural engineers prepare drawings and specifications of the structural elements. They have exceptional understanding of materials and their properties, allowing them to select the best ones for every situation. Graduates of this discipline possess fundamental design skills, in-depth knowledge of building codes and regulations, with most opportunities being in commercial and industrial sectors. In conclusion, choosing to study any engineering discipline, in my opinion, is and will continue to be the best decision you can make. You will enjoy a massively varied and fulfilling career with the knowledge that you're all making a difference, however large or small. Okay. Thank you all. I really do thank you all for taking the time out of your day to listen to me. And I hope it was interesting and informative. And also, please, we've got more classes planned with some interactive demonstrations where you'll have the opportunity to build robots, design bridges, and other really, really exciting things. So please join me for them as well. I'm going to now pass you back to Camilla or someone may have something to add. And I'll also open the floor for some questions that you may have. Can we open up the microphones, please?
Thank you, Professor. Thank you very much.
No problem at all.
What's a great start for these mock classes, for this opportunity for the students. Galera, agora o professor Carl, como ele falou, ele está abrindo agora para perguntas hoje. Era mais uma introdução mesmo do que é engenharia, o que vocês podem ver no futuro, como em futuros engenheiros, o que cada curso vai trazer. Isso vai ajudar muito na hora da escolha de qual engenharia, tá? Alguém tem aí alguma dúvida, alguma curiosidade que vocês queiram perguntar para o professor Carl? Na quarta-feira, ele sempre vai fazer algumas atividades. Hoje foi mais a apresentação realmente de todas as engenharias, e aí o que nós vamos esperar para ver. Mas hoje é mais um bate-papo. Alguém tem alguma pergunta para fazer aí, galera?
Vocês estão com o microfone mudo, mas a qualquer momento vocês podem tirar o microfone do mudo para fazer qualquer pergunta.
Se vocês não tiverem confiantes com o inglês, não tem problema. Pode falar português, tanto eu ou a Camila, a gente ajuda vocês, tá bom? Vamos lá, tô vendo bastante alunos aqui da Franklin.
Professor, I would like to say you are pretty good.
Thank you very much. I do apologise. I was a little bit fast, but unfortunately, that's the Liverpool in me. From Liverpool, we all talk really, really fast. I tried my hardest to slow down, but I'll do better in the future.
Yeah, you did pretty good, Professor. But if you can just slow down a little bit.
I do apologise.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, that's the Liverpool in me. I do apologise.
I know, that's okay. I think they got everything. Ok, obrigado, Eduardo. Mais alguém quer falar alguma coisa aí, galera? Vamos aproveitar essa oportunidade de hoje. A gente está conectado com o professor Carl, porque no futuro aí ele vai fazer as atividades, vamos ter interação aí com vocês, mas vamos fazer algumas perguntas aí, vamos conversar.
Perfect. Hi, I can understand very well what the structural engineering do.
Mm-hmm.
can you please? Oh,
Você quer que ele explique um pouco melhor?
sim.
Carl, can you just explain a little bit better what go back to the presentation a little bit for the structural engineering?
Sorry, a little... Beatriz, conta pra gente de que escola que você é antes dele falar. Eu acho que cada um que puder entrar, gente, fala de qual escola é e nome, e aí a gente segue adiante com as perguntas, tá bom?
É para eu falar?
Isso, por favor, Bia.
Pode falar, eu falo em português mesmo ou eu falo em inglês?
Você que sabe.
So, I study in the Escola Morumbi Moema, and I am 14 years old. So, I really like to do chemical engineering. So,
Okay.
Thank you, Bia. So
Excellent. So chemical engineering. Unfortunately, chemical engineering isn't one of my main focus. Well, one of my main disciplines. However, you do, even with mechanical engineering, you do have to look into, or you do have to focus a little on chemical engineering. So chemical engineers essentially deal with basically a main focus of chemical engineers at the present is developing new materials to replace plastic. As we all know, plastic is a major concern at the moment, and we need to use a lot less of it, or actually develop new plastics that can actually be biodegradable. One of my classes, which I am planning to run over the next few weeks, which hopefully you will be involved in, is we will actually make our own plastic out of milk protein, which is essentially a biodegradable plastic, and you can mold and shape it into any form that you would like. So please be keep an eye out for emails, and please join us for that class.
great.
okay.
Excellent.
Next student.
Oi, meu nome é Isadora, eu tenho 14 anos e eu estudo na Divina Providência. E eu posso fazer a pergunta?
Pode sim, pode ir lá.
To Professor, what do you think are good universities to study engineer?
Is that in the UK or worldwide?
Na Inglaterra, no UK, no Reino Unido ou em algum lugar do mundo, Isadora?
Can be whatever you prefer.
Right. Okay. Well, what I will say is the English or UK degrees, UK engineering or UK degrees of all disciplines are sought after globally. They're sought after the world over, and that is essentially because the UK higher education system is second to none, and more specifically, their institutions are second to none. So for engineering, I would focus, some of our partner universities, for example, Sheffield University, that's part of the Russell Group. Part of the Russell Group Russell Group schools, I apologize, and that is essentially the top universities in the UK. Another one is another one of ours, so you've got Huddersfield. That's another really good university for engineering, and Liverpool John Moores, which is my where essentially I should be based if it went for this present climate, and I'm really biased towards Liverpool John Moores because it is my local university. Okay, and Liverpool's a brilliant city, so have a little look at Liverpool John Moores.
Sorry, Professor, would you be able to recommend some good engineering schools in US as well?
Oh, well, the US. Right, okay. Well, obviously you've got the main ones, the likes of MIT.
Yeah.
MIT and Columbia. I would say they were the better universities to actually move into, but they can be quite challenging to get into. And also the way, well, obviously, you know, it's up to you where you go. It's the way they're actually taught there as well. They're not actually a firm degree path. There's a lot of optional modules that you can take and that sort of thing. So, yeah, MIT and the likes of them, yeah. Yeah, they're the best.
Thank you. Thank you. Próxima pergunta, galera. Algum comentário?
My name. Okay, you can talk.
Oh, thank you. Hello, my name is Gabriel. I'm from a Escola de Valinhos. I don't have any questions really, but I just want to say that the professor is really good, and I really got interested with. I just was interested in electrical engineering, but right now I'm interested in all of the stuff. So I'm really thanks for the presentation. I think you are really good.
Thank you very much. What I will say is, again, have a look at some. Well, keep an eye out for some of our classes that we're going to be running. So the first one, which I believe that you will be doing tomorrow, is
Wednesday, Professor.
Wednesday. And that is going to be focused in robotics, which is my main discipline. Okay. Which basically I love robotics. As you can see, I've got a few of them just sitting next to me on my on my workstation. So have a little look at again, just participate in some of these classes, and that will give you a better understanding of what you may be doing in some of these engineering disciplines. So that will give you a better understanding and enable you to have a more informed decision on what engineering discipline to choose. But be an engineer, that's the main focus. Excellent.
That's good, Gabriel. Are you enrolled in another classes from Professor Kroll?
Yes, I am in robotics, and I tried to do electrical, but I can't. I really couldn't unscribe in the website, but I will try again.
Okay, no worries. So I'm gonna just put my email here. So if anyone couldn't enroll in any class, just email me so I can see what's going on. Por favor, a próxima pergunta.
My name is Eduardo. I'm from Divina Providencia, and I'm 14 years old. And Professor, I would like to ask you if you know the British Columbia Institute of Technology.
Unfortunately not. I'm not really up on that university. That's Columbia's in the US, isn't it? Yeah.
No, British Columbia in Canada.
Oh, sorry, right. I do apologize. It's not a university I've actually heard of. Oh, well, sorry.
It's a college.
Well, yeah, college, university. Well, you would gain a degree from them. Is that correct?
Sorry.
Well, you will gain a degree from them, a bachelor's degree, yes.
Pode me ajudar, por favor? Eu não entendi muito bem.
Você vai fazer a graduação lá? Você está pensando em estudar lá, Eduardo?
Yeah, I'm planning to study in Vancouver, and I would like to know if you think that's a good college for studying IT.
Right. Okay. So, with me not actually knowing much about that college, university, stroke university. What I will do, if you drop me an email after this, drop me a follow-up email after this, I will find out for you. Okay, and I'll email you with my answer if that's okay.
Right. Thank you.
Is that all right? Brilliant.
Obrigado, Eduardo. Mais alguém, gente?
Oi, eu queria perguntar uma coisa, por favor.
Vamos lá.
Hi, my name is Giovanna, and I'm 17 years old, and I study in Progresso Taquaral. And I would like to ask you, Professor, if you believe getting a degree in electrical engineering in the Netherlands is a good idea.
I mean, I am obviously biased towards the UK education system. But the Netherlands, the universities in the Netherlands are still really, really good. But I would personally look more towards the UK than the Netherlands. But again, I'm biased towards the UK. So, yes, it is a good idea, but I would personally have a look at the UK instead.
Of course you will.
Thank you.
Obrigado, Giovana. Mais alguém, gente? Vamos lá, vamos
Oi,
mais.
eu queria fazer uma pergunta.
Vamos lá. Se apresenta primeiro.
Hi, teacher. I'm Leonardo. I study at the Station School from Diadema. And I want to say if the profession of engineer, if the students that have the studies complete here in Brazil have good opportunities in other countries.
So essentially, if you gain a degree, sorry, could you?
In a Brazil, if a student here in Brazil, when they do some like bachelor degree in any engineering program in any Brazilian universities, and they want to go to work overseas, how do you see that? So do you think it's going to be a great field for a Brazilian who has a Brazilian degree to work worldwide?
Yes, you will. Studying engineering anywhere around the world, you will have. It will be valuable to you. Yes, it will. However, there is a lot of focus on UK degrees. So again, I'm battering on about the UK, and I do apologise. I'm not here to persuade you to do anything. Okay, it's the decision's entirely yours. But yes, again, studying engineering anywhere in the world, you will have opportunities globally. Okay, but again, UK degrees are sought after around the world. So, but just choose to study engineering. That's all I want you to do. No matter where you study, be an engineer. The world needs more of us.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
No problem.
Thank you. Mais alguém, gente?
Eu. My name is Isabella Silas. I'm from Progresso Cambuí, and I'm interested in automation engineering. But here in Brazil, it is not a traditional course, so it's seen as risky. I would like to know, Professor, if in the UK or US, I don't know, another countries, if it is a risky course.
No, definitely not. So essentially, it's automation, robotics, and automation. Is that what the course? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Every manufacturing process or manufacturing company around the world are looking to automate their processes. So if any, I would say that would be, essentially that's why I studied robotics and automation, because every manufacturing company are looking to automate their processes. Okay. So no, it's not a risky discipline to follow. It's actually probably going to be the best, one of the best disciplines to follow in the future. There's going to be more demand for robotics and automation engineers through in the future, and it's going to continue to be like that. So no, it's not a risky degree or path to follow. It's probably one of the better paths to follow.
That's great.
Thank you, Professor.
No problem.
That's great. Unfortunately, Brazil is still like a very conservative with some courses. So yeah, unfortunately. So, mais alguém, gente?
Eu.
Vamos lá. Se apresenta primeiro e aí você faz a sua pergunta.
I'm Rodrigo. I'm 16. I go to Divina Providencia. Professor, are you aware of any universities in Brazil that have a good engineering course?
I am unfortunately not at the moment, but again, what I will do, if you send me a follow-up email, I will research that for you, and I will have a little look at it, and I will give you my opinion on the best universities to study engineering in Brazil, if that's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Excellent.
So,
Brilliant.
Professor, if you can just maybe Camila can give your email address so I can share with these students.
Yeah, I'll do that now. Just one second.
Ok, thank you. So, galera, acho que foram duas pessoas aí que o professor Carl ele vai pesquisar aí sobre tanto a Universidade de British Columbia, que eu não lembro qual aluno que perguntou, e você, acho que é Eduardo, da Divina.
Eduardo.
Isso. Mandem, aqui eu passei meu WhatsApp, meu e-mail, manda aí a pergunta de vocês, que daí eu faço esse follow-up com o professor Carl, ok? Mais alguma pergunta, gente? Não?
It's no worries. No worries.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Just going to do a very short closing here, Professor, and then I give to hand to you.
I have a question.
Okay, sorry, Thiago, go for it.
Hi, my name is Thiago, and I want to know about.
Sorry, Thiago, which school are you going?
Escola Morumbi.
Okay, thank you.
I want to know about production engineering.
Okay. What specifically would you like to know about production engineering? Would you like to know what they actually do, or some?
Yeah.
Yeah, what they actually do. So production engineers are essentially, as the name suggests, are involved in the production or producing products of any sort. Production engineers are, again, massively focused on automation of production or the production of products, i.e. it could be anything really. It could be anything from food production. It could be anything that's produced in a factory, essentially. And they are mainly focused on keeping the production lines running smoothly, and actually what they produce, producing it so there's no faults, or basically keeping the quality of the products to within standards, or within a range of standards. Production engineers are, again, going to be in huge demand, and they in the future. Well, they are now, and they will be in the future as well. So it's a really, really good discipline to move into. And again, it's they do focus on automation, automating production lines and that sort of thing. So it's a massively interesting field as well. Is that okay?
Tudo bem,
Yes.
Thiago?
Yes, thank you.
No problem at all.
Thank you, Thiago.
Diego, uma pergunta. Você
Vamos
falou
lá.
que tem a pergunta que eu te falei aí do e-mail. Eu te mando nesse e-mail que você passou aqui no chat.
Isso,
Beleza.
pode ser, Eduardo. Manda ali internacional@efig.com.br e aí eu mando direto pro professor Carl. Como ele recebe muitos e-mails, aí às vezes acaba deixando. Então daí, como ele já conhece, então fica mais tranquilo.
Tá certo, valeu.
Tá bom? Obrigado, Eduardo. Mais alguém, gente? Vamos lá.
Yes, I want to ask something.
Yeah, go for it.
I am Pedro. I am 14 years old, and I'm from Escola Estágio too.
Okay, great.
I would like to know if in other parts of Europe, especially in Ireland, because it's a country that would like to live in, we have a good journey in universities.
Good engineering universities in Ireland. That's another one where I'd have to have a good look into that one, because it's not really Ireland isn't really famous for that sort of thing. I have got good friends that are actually studying master's degrees in computer science and information technology there, focusing on artificial intelligence. I can't remember the name of the. I think it's. Oh, God, I can't remember the name of the university.
Cork?
It's Cork. Is it Cork?
Cork College University, Professor.
Yes, that's it. So I have got friends that are actually studying there now, and Ireland is an absolutely fantastic country as well.
I know.
Fantastic country. Just for the, I would actually choose to study there just for the scenery, to be honest. So it's a really nice country. yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Beleza, Pedro?
Yes, it's okay.
Is that okay? Excellent.
Yeah. Mais alguém, gente?
I have a question.
Let's do it.
So I'm Amanda. I study in Escola Comunitária, and I would like to ask your opinion about studying engineering in UK. So do you think there are like more benefits in studying engineering in UK rather than in other countries?
100% definitely yes. I think I've said that continuously. It's essentially our universities or our colleges are more established. They've been around for hundreds and hundreds of years, a lot of them. So the degree programs are again well established, and they are a lot of the work that you will actually be doing within UK universities regarding engineering is going to be it follows the research that your professors or lecturers will be undertaking themselves. So it's massively relevant at the moment. So what they're teaching you, is massively relevant to today. And it's not just the run-of-the-mill general engineering that they'll be going through, if you understand what I mean. Yes, massive benefits to it. And again, UK degrees are sought after the world over, and that is the reason why they're sought after the world over, essentially because the degree, engineering degree programs are well established, and what you were taught is relevant to today.
Thank you.
No
Thank
problem.
you, Amanda. Professor, I have one question here. So I think you have already said about engineering Brazilian universities. So can you just put in your list to maybe during your research, if you have heard any good engineering university here in Brazil for electrical engineering?
Yes, I will do. Definitely will do.
Thank you. I'm going to forward the emails for you so we can be in touch with the students together.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you. Mais alguma pergunta, gente?
Eu.
Vamos lá, Léo.
Yes, I wanted to ask, Professor, if there are some good universities.
Sorry, Léo. We have some standards here. Present yourself.
Sorry. Okay. I'm Leo. I'm from Progresso Cambuí, Campinas, and I would like to know if there are some good universities for electrical engineering in Germany.
Right, that's another one that I'm going to have a little look into. But I know the universities in Germany focused a lot in the automotive manufacturing industry, obviously because of the likes of Volkswagen and BMW and that sort of thing. So I know predominantly that's what they're focused in. And again, electrical engineers are integral to that industry. So I will look into that for you, and I'll get back to you with that one if that's okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem.
Leo, so just email me with this question. So I'm going to forward to Professor, and then he's going to send some questions. Thank you, Leo. Tinha mais alguém que queria perguntar ou foi impressão?
Foi eu.
Vamos lá.
Hi, Professor. I'm here again, and I want to know if here in Brazil we have a good reference university to make the mechanical engineer. I'm searching by this. I'm thinking about the course, and I'm confused about it.
Right, okay. Well, what I will do as well, because I will have a good look into the Brazilian universities and see which one's the best. So what I will do, when I perform a little bit, I'll do a little bit of research, and I will pull out which ones, in my opinion, will be the best for each discipline. Okay, and I will forward that on to you if that's okay.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you. So, just one second, professor. Galera, todo mundo aí que está com dúvida das melhores faculdades de engenharia aqui no Brasil, o professor Kroll, ele vai fazer uma lista, ele vai fazer uma pesquisa e vai colocar ali nos cursos quais universidades brasileiras que ele fez a pesquisa, isso é uma pesquisa dele, e que ele acha que são universidades boas. E aí ele passa para mim, e aí eu repasso para vocês. Então, quem tem essa dúvida, de novo, manda um e-mail para mim, que daí eu repasso essa lista para vocês. Tá bom? Mais alguma pergunta específica em engenharia aí, sem ser engenharia em outro país? Alguma curiosidade específica de cada curso?
Eu tenho.
Vamos lá.
So, hi, I'm Vitor. I study at Divina Providência, and I would like to know if, obviously we are passing through tough times, so I would like to know how engineering abilities could help the world during these coronavirus times.
Wow, that's a really, really, really good question. Really good question. Well, engineers, again, that's what we do. We focus on real world problems like this. So what I can actually do, I can tell you how students or previous students of mine, engineering students of mine, have helped out our country. One of them, his name is Chris. He was actually on national news recently, and he was printing or 3D printing face masks for medical staff or the NHS staff. You may not be familiar with the NHS. Basically for our hospitals, for our hospital workers. So that's what he was doing. As for engineers in general, again, we're the people that make the world go round, and we're the people that are focused on improving things or helping people, more specifically within these times. So how could we help with this? So essentially, we could, we're involved in, I don't know, there's many different things that we could do. It's a really good question that you've caught me out on that one. But yeah, what I'll do again with that one, I'll have a little look into that one. I will have a little think about that one myself. Is that okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, brilliant. Really good question, that. Really good question.
That's a wonderful question, actually.
Brilliant question, yeah.
Really, thank you.
Brilliant.
Gente, vamos encerrar aqui por hoje. Mais uma vez, obrigado pela participação de todos, pelas perguntas. De novo, quem tiver com alguma dificuldade em se inscrever para os próximos mocks, manda um e-mail ali para o internacional@efig.com.br, que é o meu e-mail, e eu vejo o que está acontecendo. E eu vejo quem tiver inscrito aí na aula de quarta-feira, que vamos falar sobre, o professor vai falar sobre robótica, e vai aí ter umas surpresas para vocês, algumas atividades muito bacanas. Eu vejo vocês na quarta-feira. Também, gente, esses mock classes, eles fazem parte de um programa que chama My Way da EFIG. Não sei se está todo mundo sabendo. Tem os mock classes que vocês já estão inscritos, e também temos aí os webinários que acontecem toda quarta-feira, às 6 horas da tarde. Então, assim, a gente está discutindo sempre alguns pontos muito bacanas. Essa semana a gente vai falar sobre trabalho voluntário, como estruturar um portfólio. Vai ser bem legal, tá? Quem tiver interesse também, deixa lá o e-mail que eu vou mandar o link para vocês acessarem na quarta-feira, às 6 horas da tarde, depois do mock de vocês, tá bom? Muito obrigado pela presença de todos. E não se esqueçam, vocês vão receber um e-mail para fazer o download do seu certificado de participação. Não deixem de fazer o download, tá bom? Obrigado, galerinha. Muito obrigado. Thank you very much, Professor. Thank you very much to join us today. So that's the very first one, and we are very excited to keep going with these amazing classes. Thank you.
Brilliant. Can I just add something? I've just realized that the previous question about how engineers are actually helping with it. I know a couple of my friends, they actually work for the UN, and they are actually developing artificial intelligence systems. And they are software engineers, by the way. They're developing artificial intelligence systems which are being used to track trends in the with the actual virus itself. So I'm sure you've seen these. They're called bell curves. Okay, obviously you've seen them on the news when it's basically tracing the infection rates of the actual virus itself. So that's what they're involved in. They're involved in finding trends with the virus, and coming up with ways to minimize the infection rate. Okay, so that's one way that engineers are dealing with it.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you.
No problem.
There we go, Victor.
Okay, thanks.
No problem.
Thank you. So thank you very much, Professor. Thank you very much, and see you on Wednesday.
See you Wednesday. Looking forward to it.
Thank you. Have a good night, Professor. What time is it?
It's now 8:30.
Oh, wow. So you have already had your dinner.
Oh, yeah, that's it. I'll be getting ready for bed soon.
Thank you, Professor.
No problem at all.